Hello and welcome again to another edition of Breakthrough with Olusegun Awe. In this session, we are going to learn how to handle failure and setback successfully. How to handle failure and setbacks successfully. Failure is part of progress. Failure is part of living our life. All of us will experience failure in one shape or another. From being rejected for a date to being rejected for a job, from losing our friends, from losing our businesses, also losing money, missing out on mortgage application, being rejected and for loan or housing, and also being told about terminal illness and sicknesses. These are failures and setbacks which we will all experience in life. The more you understand how to cope with failure, the better you will be, or the better you will fare when failure comes to you. When you experience failure, if you already understand what you are supposed to do or what you are going through, it will help you to cope better and transit from that event or situation to a better you and a better life or a better future. Many of the feelings which we experience during failure or a setback are as a result of our experience and as a result of our thinking pattern, which is what I will try my possible best to help you to understand and to deal with or to learn in this session. When we're actually feeling our failure, we are actually grieving. Feeling of our failure is a type of grief. It depends on the gravity of the event and the emotion which is attached to the loss. If it's about our own personal health, like being told that we are going to die as a result of a certain sickness, maybe cancer, for example, we might go through a deeper grief compared to maybe a rejection for a job or being told we're going to be made redundant or our business is packing up. They are all feelings, they are all grief. Grief is grief depending on the way we are attached emotionally to the event that we are experiencing setback or failure in. According to Kubler-Ross model, when we fail, the emotions or the feeling which we have following the failure goes through 5 stages. In fact, they call it 5 stages of grief. The first stage which we go through is the stage of denial. The first reaction to any failure or any kind of setback is that why I can't believe it. It's a denial. You're denying that no, this is not the result I'm expecting. Let's say it's an exam which you studied so hard for, and when the result came out, and you just realize that it is a failure. So you respond to that result by saying, "No, this is not mine. This is not my result. There must be a mistake somewhere. This is not the reality that I'm expecting." So you go in a stage of disbelief, a denial of the event ever happening. The next stage is anger. So this is when you recognize that the state of denial is not going to continue. It's not helping. So you go into the state of agitation, frustration, you lash out, you shout to yourself or you shout at other people within your proximity. You want to hold somebody responsible for what you're going through. You'll be saying to yourself, why me? You'll be saying you, we is to blame, that you're not to blame, or you'll be saying, what has really happened? I want answers. You go into the stage of anger. Then the next stage, after anger has not really resolved your situation or really changed anything, you go into the stage of bargaining. This is the stage whereby you hope that there will be another option. You hope that there could be a different outcome. You hope that there must be a reprieve or a change of the decision or a redo of your action that precedes this current result. You go to the stage of bargaining. The next stage is a stage of depression. When you realize bargaining has not actually given you any result or any outcome which you want to see, you go into a stage of depression. You give up. You become saddened. You kind of accept reality in certain form. You accept reality in certain form, and you said, I'm finished. I can't go any longer. I just have to surrender. It's a stage of surrendering, and you become this. You worry. You finally accept life as it is, and you now start becoming a little quiet. You become thoughtful about the event. You started to take less visitor. You don't want to talk to anybody. You want to just be by yourself to just think things through. But the next stage, which you now will be, is a stage of acceptance. The stage of acceptance is, oh, you're saying to yourself, well, it's okay. It is just an event. Failing this exam is not the end of the world. I can start over again. Failing in this business is not the end of the world. This mistake, I will not allow it to continue to keep me in this place. I'm going to move forward. This setback, I can overcome. I'll reach out to people that will help me, or I myself, I'm strong enough. I'm a fighter. I can't give up. Then you accept the situation. Then you move forward. There is a saying that said, where the focus is, that is where the energy goes. So when you come to the stage of acceptance, you need to focus energy into rebuilding yourself, rebuilding your life. If it's a relationship failure, you go out again and date, or you've learned better how to have a better relationship. If it's a business failure, you learn from the mistake and you build the business in a better form. If it's an examination failure, you go back and study again, or perhaps you look for other ways to get to your preferred destination in life. You look at many other options. You develop, you rediscover, you build back. May I also at this point also share with you some things that seems to be elusive to a lot of people but very common to some successful people. The reality is that some successful people also fail, but some of them have this mechanism which I'm going to share with you, which is called reframing. Most successful people, they bounce back out of their failure as a result of the reframing of the event. They kind of look at what has happened and look at it from another angle. You see, instead of them looking at failure as being a failure, they look at it as an opportunity. Thomas Edison once said, I have never failed 1,000 times. I only learn about how it will not work in 1,000 ways. You look at this failure as a learning curve. Each failure that he made when he was trying to discover the candescent light, he tested about 1,000 material until he eventually get the one that actually works and produced the light bulb. So when they asked him about his failure, he responded back to them that I only discover 1,000 ways which it will not work. That's a resilient mindset. So reframing will help you to deal with failure in such a way that you look at the event not as a failure but as a learning approach. Reframing is when we take a look at the experience in another way. Instead of saying why me, you say why not me? Why not me? Why not me that I failed this exam? Did I answer the question the way it should be answered? Did I prepare enough? You look inward instead of looking outward. Take, for example, you're going home, you have your key with you, and you get to your door and you insert your key and you couldn't get into your house. You will try and you try another key and it didn't work. You try another key in your bunch of keys and it didn't work. And you step back, you look, this is still my house. I'm on the right street. So you try and try and try again. So that's the essence of the capacity or the secret behind most people that succeed. They try and try again. They never give up. Just like a baby that is trying to learn to walk. They fall and stumble, but they stand up again. You don't tell your baby not to try again because the pain of falling is not as important as the success of the baby taking his first walk and being able to walk independently by himself. So if you're going through failure, one of the approach is to reframe the event. Look at it from another point of view. When we give up on things very quickly, we call it failure. It is often because of our belief that we have that we should first find things easy and succeed first. But this belief is wrong. Nobody succeeds at first time. In life, in business, in career, in relationship, nobody succeeds at first time. And if you think that is the way it should be, that is why the gravity of failure is always very hard on you. Apart from past experience informing us on how we frame failure, we can also blame our upbringing for our failure. We can blame our society, we can blame our surrounding, we can blame our partners, we can blame our staff, we can blame the government, we can blame everything on our failure. But this approach, I believe, is wrong when it comes to dealing with failure. In order for us to handle failure the right way, is for us to take stock, step back, learn the lesson, and try again. It's been a great pleasure being with you on this session, and I believe you've learned something. Feel free, watch the rest of my video on YouTube, share this video on Facebook, and connect with me on Twitter. Thank you, and God bless you. Till next time.